This watch offended many watch enthusiasts, and this time it wasn't just the typical Seiko haters who emerge like clockwork every new Seiko release. This time, even some diehard Seiko fans felt burnt. They were upset that Seiko had the audacity to use their Marinemaster moniker on Seiko's most important dive watch. The 62 MAS. It stands as Seiko's inaugural dive watch, and it marked the very genesis of Seiko's legendary dive history. And for Seiko to name their latest 62 reinterpretation a Marinemaster, that is actually a tribute to the Marinemaster name, and it adds to its legacy. Introducing the all-new Seiko 62 Master, reference number SJE097 limited edition. This one was created in commemoration of Seiko's 100-year brand anniversary, with Seiko planning to produce only 1,000 units. And the first thing you will notice is this thing has Marinemaster bezels, which are big, bold, and beautiful. This watch really impressed me with how much more modern Seiko managed to make the 62 MAS feel, all while maintaining its core design philosophy. Personally, it's my favorite 62 MAS case ever made. Don't get me wrong, there are some negatives that are preventing me from buying it, like the case back. It's a sapphire, but it's a really thick one because it's still a pro ISO certified dive watch, and that thick sapphire makes the watch stand up on my wrist, which if you're a longtime sub, you know I hate that. And I get it, they want to show off their new, slim, higher grade movement, but come on Seiko, not on this watch. The caseback has the Seiko Tsunami and limited edition printed on the sapphire, which kind of makes it look a little too busy as well. Are we trying to see the movement or are we trying to hide it? Let's make up our minds. Now, what about the size? Well, I got 38.4 millimeters on the case, 39.5 millimeters on the bezel, and a secret measurement of 29.5 millimeters. We got a thinness of 12.3, including that boxed sapphire, and drilled lugs for easy strap changes, and a lug-to-lug of 46.5. These dimensions are perfect for my wrist. Normally I would like a little bit smaller watch, but as you know, large Marinemaster bezels shrink the size of the watch. That's why smaller wrists can wear the MM300 with no problem. And that is true for this watch as well. But you guys be the judge on the faraway shots and let me know how it wears. And yes, I know it's on a leather strap, a cardinal sin. But do as I say, not as I do. I think it looks amazing on this gray leather. And speaking of good looking, that fresh stainless steel insert looks fantastic. It has Arabics in the cardinal positions where normally Seiko puts them at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So a little bit of a different design here. How do you feel about it? Let me know in the comments. The insert is great, but the bezel teeth have received mixed reviews. It is different, so I understand people not liking it right away, but the more time I spent with it, the more I warmed up to it. Now, a critical aspect for professional dive watches is lume. So let's see how this one does. Okay, right off the bat, it's pretty good. It's stronger than most mid-range 6R divers, and it's a little bit weaker than the deeply filled Seikos like the 093 62 MAS reissue we looked at earlier. And speaking of the pressed indices, they are very tall, but this is the second model we looked at in this line, and the indices are not finished properly. There's like a cracking on the edges. I'm guessing it has something to do with the top coat that they are using for the textured dial. The dial, however, is a beautiful snow white with a hint of silver shimmer. And it has that scooped out stripe pattern on it that's horizontal across the dial, and I'm not a fan of it. I wish they went with the good old-fashioned sunray, but it's only a matter of time before Seiko releases a new version with a sunray. I'm sure of it. The handset extremely well finished with brushing on the flat tops and tapering down high polished flanks. And the edges are really clean. Overall, there's no dust on the dial, and more importantly, no dust stuck to the bottom of the sapphire inside the watch. And I forgot to mention the crown. It's rock solid screw down, coming in at 6mm, and it helps give the Marinemaster 200 meters of water resistance. The haptics are perfect. It feels really good changing the date and time, but it is unsigned, and I know many of you are passionate about that. Now another negative is that bracelet. It's 20mm and it tapers down to 18. It's got a fold over and a twin button release, fully milled clasp with a pressed dive extension. This dive extension is ancient and it contributes to the rattly nature of the clasp. The bracelet uses a pin and collar system, which I'm okay with, but I know the majority, they want screws. So the big question, when will we see a better bracelet from Seiko? My best guess is 2, 3, maybe 400 years from now? Let me know your guess in the comments section. And to top it all off there's only 2 micro adjustments. I guess a positive would be the brushing and high polish finish is fantastic. And I love the oval shaped links. They are very comfortable. So there's that. All right, enough negatives. What's a positive? Well, it's the all-new in-house movement from Seiko. This one was originally designed to be a replacement for the ETA 2892, which is a higher grade ETA 2824. So Seiko fans are finally getting an updated architecture, which is really great. You can kind of think of it as a Seiko Swiss movement, and Seiko beefed it up for the dive watch. It's got DiaShock 26 joules, Hack Handwind automatic, and 45 hours of power reserve. I cannot wait for this movement to be put into the mid-range Seikos, and then the high-end can get an upgraded version of it, like with a silicon balance, MEMS technology, and longer power reserve. Take my idea, Seiko, you don't have to pay me, just do it. Speaking of paying, what's the price? This one comes in at $2,800 USD, which is a little high, but that's still cheaper than the Black Bay 58, which is $4,000 USD, and $700 less than the 62 mass reissue 093. Now, as I land the plane, I want to mention that the watch I reviewed today is available for sale from Kavar Jewelers. If you're in Canada, email me and we can discuss it. That about wraps it up. Let me know what you think about the new Marinemaster, and if you want to watch more videos like this one, I got 2 more for you on the right of your screen, so go ahead and click into one of those and I'll see you there.